Greetings! Welcome back. I don't know how many times I'm gonna be doing that same old greetings every time. But either way, it's once again Wednesday, and exactly a week since I started doing streams regularly again. And I am pretty happy that I've been consistent with it thus far, especially since I've been getting back to the groove of doing games and stuff again. And I am planning on doing, actually I'll talk about that later once we're actually into the thing. Also, I have a special announcement. The other guy is taking over, and he's going to be drawing for us now. The more I look at this, the more ridiculous it looks. But no, we're gonna get this creature out of here, this gremlin, this vile parasite, if you will. How do I do that again though? Hang on. This might look a little bit awkward first. So there we go. Oh no. Oh. Yes? Question mark? Okay, we're good. Good. Sort of. I think. Hang on. Almost good. I just need to need to relocate my arm. I also need to set up the chat, which I have not done at all yet. Professional mistake. Must understand. Piece of music and everything is up and running. Hang on. There we go. Nothing ever happened. We're good. Okay, for real this time. Welcome back. It's once again Wednesday. So, you know what that means. Fish. Sorry if I blew anybody's mic out, anybody's headphones out for a second. But I'm pretty sure the limiter should be doing its job here. Also, this is what we're going to be doing today. I recently hit a surprising milestone on a certain Blue website, because a certain artwork that I did recently might have spontaneously combusted into 1,000,000 pieces, and people liked it very, very much. So I'm grateful for that. Grateful for the person I posted it for, and for the people who liked it. Grateful for the person I posted it for, because they reposted it, so a bunch of other people saw it. That just so happened to expose them to my spider-like ways, I guess you could say. Because it was a second part to another piece that I did. Actually, why don't I just, instead of telling, why don't I just show? I'll show everybody the first part, and then the first part of the second part, if that makes sense. So, I did this a couple of weeks ago. A few weeks ago, because if you're familiar with the, I'm gonna turn the music down. Hang on. If you're familiar with the Spiders on Drugs PSA, which I really, really hope you are, and you should look it up on YouTube and watch it right now if you haven't. If you're familiar with how caffeine affects spiders, then you would know that it makes them a little woozy, if you will. So I decided to have some fun with that fact, with my own guy here. Maybe a bit tricky to tell, but yes, this is the guy. At least the human parts are. The spider bits from a queen spider, though. But that's a lore topic for another day. So that's the first part of that, and then the second part, the one that exploded quite a bit, you're probably gonna immediately recognize why it exploded in just a second. And why so many people like it. Yeah, I don't really have to say much, do I? But yes, this is a character from Zamzipper art. Her name is Sylphia. She's a spider queen. And apparently, I actually have done drawings of her with him in the past, and turns out the height comparison and those ones were not at all accurate. So I decided to remedy that with this one, because she's quite taller than I drew her out to be, compared to him at least. So yeah. Then I did another drawing recently. Sure, I'll just show this one too. I did this one, I knocked this one out in just a couple of days. Remember Barbara and Lumi from a million years ago, from when I first did streams a while ago? I decided to draw them again. Came out with this. Came out with you know, that one meme. That one meme that will not be named. That one little J meme. I think that's where it came from, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's what I've been up to. And of course, that one spontaneously combusted. And a lot of people liked it on a certain blue website. So this one's gonna be just a quick one, a shorter one, saying, hey, thank you for over 800 people who like my stuff. I don't expect this one to blow up as much as that one did, of course, because there's not an as popular character in it. But still, just a show of appreciation on an absolute long write-off website that I wouldn't mind if it spontaneously combusted as well one day. But like, actually, never mind. One second, just gonna sort some certain things out. There we go. Like with most art streams, I still need to put this on a rotating message or something like that, and that's longer stretches of silence are normal in these streams, because we're just here to chillax and listen to music that is not being properly displayed on the screen, not until I refresh Music Beat for whatever reason. It's a problem with OBS, not with Music Beat or anything. But yeah, we're just here to chillax and listen to my brand new archery playlist that I put together, which has a few more, some of the same tracks, but also some newer ones, newer, more energetic ones. This is one of the same tracks, though. Just remembered, there was actually one thing that I wanted to talk about before I interrupted myself. Intro. That's a certain game comes out tomorrow that I would like to begin a new series with on this channel. That's going to be tied to the usual streaming schedule. And that's Star Wars Zero Company. As someone who has probably way too many hours in XCOM 2 in particular, most of which admittedly were just trying to get mods to work. But as someone who has Probably way too many hours in that game. Would definitely like to try that out. And hopefully it'll stick as good, if not better. XCOM Jane. Hi, Doc. Good to see her. Caught me right as I was talking about my plans for tomorrow when Zero Company comes out. I'd like to turn that into a new series. A new series, not exactly a Zero Company series, but more of just a series where I play tactical games that I like XCOM 2, of course. Placeholder face. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, ooh, and a Star Wars game that I saw was XCOM-like. Not a fan of the gameplay type I've found. That is unfortunate, but I hope it's good. I do too. It's unfortunate that the more tactical stuff is not your thing. But just like you, I still hope that it is indeed good. And also my brother. My brother, who got me into XCOM in the first place, is also looking forward to it as well. That is, if he's not too busy, because he is quite busy with stuff at the moment. But if he is too busy, then I'll play it for him, and then report to him. Report my findings to him. Turns out that Star Wars is the only one getting into the XCOM market as well. I hear that Worms, yeah, that Worms series, game series, the one where you pull your friends in, co-op one, yeah, the one that was popular on Achievement Hunter and Oni Plays, that Worms, they're making more of a Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle style game rather than an XCOM game, I'd say. And also, Rainbow Six as well is making a tactics game too. Except that one's going to be more like XCOM Chimera Squad by the looks of it. I mean, I like tactical stuff, I just don't enjoy the turn-based aspect. If it had a real-time thing, I'd get more into it. That's fair. Go more into real-time strategy rather than turn-based strategy. Speaking of real-time strategy, though, I was taking a look at the Command and Conquer series earlier today on Steam, because unfortunately, a certain actor who was very popular in Red Alert 3 in particular has passed away recently. So I was looking at it. The Steam reviews, thankfully, were honoring his memory, which was cool. And I was actually looking at the game, and I thought, holy crud, this looks ridiculous and absurd and kind of amazing. The game. So maybe. I'm not really into... Doc, you and I are kind of the exact opposite. I'm kind of not really into real-time strategy all that much. With the exception of Plants vs. Zombies, because Plants vs. Zombies is Plants vs. Zombies, and anybody can play that. But stuff like Command and Conquer, I'm not super familiar with. Well, Plants vs. Zombies is more tower defense, I'd say, which is a subgenre of real-time strategy, I guess you could say. Which I'm also familiar with Kingdom Rush, if anybody remembers that game. Bonus points if you do. will be good. Thankfully, I took the time to deal with all the lighting and stuff. Hang on, actually, get a little placeholder. Actually, hang on, one more thing. Head, I think, should be just a little bit bigger. I think it's overcoming the odds of a struggle in real time is what makes me enjoy it a lot. There is a thrill in commanding and conquering, if you will, a significant struggle or just a bad situation. And I guess it's easier. Well, it's definitely not going to be any easier if it's real time. But also, I guess it depends on how much just patience you have as well. Because a lot of the time, XCOM does have that trait of it just kind of rips the controller out of your hands and you can't really do anything except watch it happen. Which is kind of bleh. Worst part of the game most of the time. That and also the pod system. That's not really any bueno either. And it's been crazy seeing your art evolve in real time throughout the time I've known you. It's really neat. Well, thank you. It has been quite the journey thus far. And I'm very happy about it. Very happy with the progress that I've made. But there's still a lot to learn. I feel like I've still only scratched the surface. And I still need to actually get serious and take the training wheels off of a lot of my artwork, because admittedly, I'm still using the Clip Studio Paint 3D models. That's what I use for this one. So one of these days I'm gonna sit down with my actual physical sketchbook, and then with my fancy new lead pencils that I got earlier today, which I intended to use for my notebook, but I put one. It was in a pack of 4, so I attached one to my physical sketchbook as well, which I haven't really used in much time, but I should start using again, probably before I go to bed. I need to learn how to draw without the training wheels, without relying on tracing over certain references too much, and without relying on the 3D models as well. That isn't to say that everything I've done is has relied heavily on that, because there are some pieces that I've done where it wasn't terribly trace-y, I guess you could say. Like for example, this one. Doc, you might recognize this one. No overlays or anything like that. I don't think, at least. Oh no, wait. Oh, I did use a 3D model for this one. But I feel like it's compatible with this art style. Still, the fact that you've kept going is actually awesome, because I can't imagine the journey is easy. I wouldn't say it's terribly difficult one way or another. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time and sticking with it. Just... Not sure if I'm the one who's, if I'm the right person to explain it, but it's more just a matter of time and persistence. Based one, absolute queen. Let's see though. Some of these are pretty heavy on the references and the 3D models as well. However, there is one recent one that I've done that I haven't really shared a whole lot anywhere. I think I shared it with in the personal server of ours. I just need to really quickly check, make sure I actually did share it. I think I shared it in the Forbidden channel, which, you know, every server has, so it's not too much of a surprise. Yeah, I did. I did share it there. I shared it in the Forbidden channel, but it's not forbidden enough to not share it on YouTube, so here it is. This one, I hardly used any references whatsoever, and I actually... and I actually used a sketch layer. Sketch layer, and then lining layers, and then all that stuff. In fact, let's see what it looks like without any of the lining, and just the sketch and all that. Yeah, this is what this looked like at first. No tracing or 3D models or anything like that. Just me kind of winging it, which was fun to do. I should draw like this more often, and eventually I'll get better on my own. I can never see myself persisting through it, so to me it's amazing. You'd be surprised how quickly you could get a hang of not just drawing, but really anything. Anything that comes to mind, as long as you're persistent with it. For me in particular, during my first year of drawing at least, I wanted to draw for at least 10 minutes a day. Whether it was digitally with the tablet, or through my sketchbook. And eventually I just found myself going back to it to a point where I'm not concerned about the 10 minutes at all anymore. Now it just kind of happens subconsciously, where I just power on the tablet because I know there's something I want to work on, and I just go ahead with it. I just add it to my usual schedule every day. Okay, let's get this one off the screen though, before people keep giving me weird looks. Weird looks or envious looks? That is the question. Time for the best part of any drawing, and that's dealing with the shading. So I will say for the near future, I don't know how long this stream in particular is going to go on for. I imagine it's going to be a relatively shorter one, because it's just dealing with the shading left. So I assume maybe about an hour or so. I will say as well, that's getting into and getting better at drawing honestly has never been easier. Because of course you have the convenience of stuff like this, you know, an undo button for digital artwork. And of course you could just do it whenever you want with pencil paper, and maybe follow a YouTube tutorial or something like that. Or maybe just get inspired by someone else's art style that you really like. That's what I did, at least. But there are plenty of other YouTube tutorials out there that are very good and useful as well. And holy crud, I just remembered we might be here for a little bit longer because I just remembered I still need to draw his legs. Not these legs, his spider legs. All 8 of them. So, you know what? Actually, I have the layer right here, so I'm gonna deal with that right now. Where? Crud. There it is. Another nice convenience that we have is, say I draw all these legs, all 8 of them. Say they're all drawn, and then I could just let copy and then invert, and then boom, they're all drawn, just like that. That's another convenience that you have digital art, which is frequently what I do when whenever drawing the legs on any spider character. Second. Today's a sad day. Tim Curry has gone to the only place that has been corrupted by capitalism. Space. May he rest in space. The one place that has been corrupted by capitalism. Also, hi Gil. Good to see you here. I was actually talking about it earlier, how tomorrow a certain game is coming out, Star Wars Zero Company, which is a game that I would like to immediately try and possibly also stream here on the channel, and make it the start of a new series on the channel as well called Tactical Spider, which is where I play tactics games that I really like. Particularly XCOM 2, which I might have far too many hours in. So might as well stream it to the masses instead of playing it on my own. And while I was talking about that, I figured why not take a look at Command & Conquer series, because of course, in remembrance of Tim Curry, I was looking at Red Alert 3 in particular, and all the Steam reviews were honoring his memory, which was cool. But also I was actually looking at the game itself, taking a look at it, and realizing this game looks quite ridiculous and absurd and also amazing. And I kind of want to try it for myself now. Despite it being a real-time strategy game, which I'm not super big on. More into turn-based strategy, and what little of real-time strategy I've done have just been tower defense games like Plants vs. Zombies or Kingdom Rush. But hey, I might add Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 to the list. CNC RA3, if you will. Let's see, really quickly, let's see if there's another place that I can bug with my presence. Actually, I think I've shielded myself a bit enough for now. So we're just gonna keep going with this. I don't mind yapping during these drawing sessions, but of course they need to be drawing sessions as well. But of course, anybody who does chat is appreciated all the same. Come on, really? Did not show at all what that song that was just playing was. I guess I forgot to refresh it. Because I apparently need to refresh it now. Give it to me straight. How much longer do I have to live? I won't stop. What's that smell? Smells like crime. Also, you're all good, Doc. That's frequently what I do with streams anyway. I just close the tab that they're in and then I listen to them on the side. Nothing wrong with that. Please excuse my Markiplier quote, by the way. Need to stop drawing. Why? You're on the wrong layer. I can't be YouTubing and driving too many cops on the road. I have no idea how you managed to... I mean, I understand talking to people through the car's integrated speakers and Bluetooth system and all that. But I guess technically... Well, speaking to multiple people, that might be a bit speaking in a group chat while driving. To me, that's a bit, might be a bit much for my brain. Then again, I've never really tried that. I've only spoken to one individual person while behind the wheel before. What I'm trying to say is, Gil, is that you're built different. But in like a good way. Hello. Hello, Fox in a foxhole, 7891. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. You wouldn't happen to be from a certain server related to foxes, would you? A certain server that I'm in that I may or may not have shared the link to the stream in channel for. Just curious. All good if you aren't. But just making sure. say, by the way, is again, I still need to make a rotating message saying that longer stretches of silence are completely normal during these art streams. I'm just here to relax, vibe for the time being. Speaking of vibing and relaxing, I will say, a combination of taking a shower and then watching a Ghibli movie while eating on fancy snacks like fruit and aged cheese and all that, 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. Even more so if the movie is a Ghibli movie. In my case, it was Princess Mononoke, because I've been meaning to rewatch that movie for a while. We're good. Now for the actual fun part. It's dealing with all the legs. The music bee isn't deciding to refresh every single time anymore. Good. I just spoken a bit too soon about TV refreshing on something. Outlook. chance to use a better tolerance for the paint bucket tool, then best use it. What? They caved in and bought a booster box of cards from a certain show. Is that the show that I think you're talking about? The forbidden one? One that he who will not be named got you into? I actually have no idea which show you might be talking about. I assume it's the one you probably think I'm talking about, but I can't say for sure, because I don't even know if they have booster boxes or cards of that show anymore. Maybe eye emoji, eye emote, eye emoticon. That gif of Rusty from Armored Core 6 with the eye emote slapped onto it, one that I shared earlier. You probably know the one. Has it really gotten to you that much though? Has Alpha really gotten you into it that much, I should say? I should ask instead. Because not even I went that hard with the show back when I watched it back in the day, when I was a lot younger. But then again, of course, I was a lot younger. I did not really have my own... I wasn't as independent back then because I was, you know, a youngin'. As much as I would have liked to be, of course. Because they're all like that at one point. Let's just say we beat... Oh yeah, you are talking about what I think you're talking about. Are you gonna break the news to Alpha? How are you gonna break the news to Alpha? I wonder. Starless Dragon Z, or Dragons, OC Persona, I don't know, I'm new here, reminds me of Lenny from Minecraft The Obsessed. That does not really sound familiar, but I might have to look that up sometime. Also, hi, welcome in. Good to see you, and thanks for stopping by. Lenny from Minecraft The Obsessed. I'm assuming that's one of the fan-made unofficial books that you could get at your local retailer or something like that. He doesn't know yet. How are you gonna tell him? How are you gonna break the news to him? It's a mod for... Oh, okay. I see. It's a mod that I haven't heard of then. But one that I could definitely look up at my leisure. Which I assume it's gonna be... I assume it's one that's on Modrinth. Which... Oh... It's actually browsing through earlier today because Legacy 4J got an update recently. So I was testing it out and my game crashed immediately when I tried to load a world, which is unfortunate. So I have to stick to the beta of that mod. But the beta of that mod has worked for over 20 hours of the world that I've put into at the time. just curious. Looking this up. That. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, I almost confused this mod with a different mod. One that adds gigantic, super realistic spiders to the game. And I remember seeing a pretty funny YouTube video about, where an arachnophobic person played with that mod, and their reactions were quite genuine. But no, this is something completely different. Advanced Psychological Horror Arachnid Stalker. That is a pretty gnarly design, not gonna lie. When did this come out? 10 months ago. Interesting. Well, I came up with this guy over, I think, about 3 years ago at this point, so they can't say I copied him. Bizzle! I don't know what that means. Sorry. Sorry if I blew out your speakers just then, by the way. Hopefully the limiter is doing its job, but the microphone audio went into the red quite a bit there. Now for the extra fun part, drawing all the legs. It's getting finer details in. Oh, okay. I see. Does the arachnophobia mods. Got it. I wonder how I would react to those mods if I played with them. I will say I have occasionally flinched and made just an instinctual reaction towards spiders in the recent past. But to go out of my way and yell as loud as I can, like he does, whenever I see one, I wouldn't go that far. Another thing though is that I imagine all the spiders in that mod are, you know, hostile and they will kill you. So that kind of sheds a different kind of light on them. Versus spiders in real life, or most of them, just chill. They chill and they get rid of all your pests. That's what they do in real life. They only look scary. But they won't bother you if you don't bother them. Most of them, at least. There are some jerks out there, though. I imagine. Just like with people. Do I like spiders? Does a bear rub its hide on a tree when it gets itchy? Also, hi Glitchy. Good to see you again. Does a bear rub its hide on a tree in a very, very comical fashion when it gets itchy? That's how I should have asked that question. The answer is yes, by the way. Spiders are cool. I hope that was obvious from the moment you clicked on the video, of course. See you here too? Yes, indeed. It's nice to also be back into the swing of this as well. Not just with art streams, but also with consistent game streams as well. I'm gonna be more serious about YouTube and stuff, and I figured now would be a good time to just make a more consistent streaming schedule, and maybe also a few series besides the art streams, of which I already have two episodes, I guess you could say, of 100% Spider, which is where I get all the achievements in a game that I like. Starting with Armored Core 6, which I actually did complete on stream, which was cool, and also Helldivers 1. Which unfortunately I didn't get any achievements that time, but I came close to getting 2 in particular. So hopefully next Monday I think is when I'll play it again. And hopefully we'll get both those achievements by then. We'll definitely get at least one. Not so sure about the Never Give Up one, which is a nightmare. Which I could have gotten if I was paying more attention to the generator that was powering the anti-air zone. But hey, that moment was comical. Made a bunch of people laugh, I imagine. Laugh on both Discord and also the Red website, because of course I did share that moment there. Those places. Getting a bit off topic though, what the heck was I talking about? Tomorrow I think I'm gonna do Star Wars Zero Company on the channel. See how it goes. Or maybe... Actually, I haven't really thought... Do I want to stream Zero Company, or do I want to play it on my own? If I do play it on my own, then there probably won't be a stream on Friday, because I have plans for that day. So I might do whatever it is I want to do on Saturday instead. Which might just be Helldivers 1 again. Or maybe I could try playing a game for the first time that I wanted to. Like Halo 1. But I'll figure that out when we get there. Now though, we are just here to relax. Have I been a YouTuber? I started yesterday. Technically, I'm not really... That's a tricky question, because technically I've had this YouTube account for a while, but it didn't really get popular until a certain video in particular, related to a certain stick person, exploded quite a bit. If you scroll down on the channel, you'll find it quickly. That's when I was able to become a YouTube partner, but as for actually being a consistent YouTuber, I guess you could say, that might have happened sometime in 23, which is when I started to stream stuff, just to try it out. And then it wasn't until end of 2020, 4, I believe, I started doing weekly art streams just like this one. And then I kind of stopped doing that for about 5 months. 5 months before this one. So I stopped at the start of this year. And then here I am picking it up again. Because I do want to get serious about this kind of thing eventually. So now is a good time to start. I would also like to make more videos on the channel, and I do have a few planned. One of them is just going to be a quick announcement saying that, hey, the Spider-Boy streams shall continue. That one hopefully should be relatively quick, not too much time. And another one that I want to do is a voiceover of a Armored Core 6 meme that I made recently. That got pretty popular on another website. So I want to try my hand at dubbing over a short meme like I did with another one recently. Then there's also a Markiplier highlight video that I'd like to for a certain game that he played, but not a lot of people know about. If you're familiar with his channel, I have done Markiplier highlights in the past. I would like to just do one more. Zach Hale 9881. How's your day been? I've been doing pretty alright so far. Also, hi. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Caught me in the middle of a yapping session. Same, I had a channel for about 2 years, but it flopped, so I stopped, and I am trying again. Understandable. Don't worry about... I wouldn't worry too much about going big or anything like that, especially not right off the bat. Because this kind of thing takes... Just like with drawing, honestly, this kind of thing takes time. It takes time and persistence, and that's exactly what I was talking about with Doc, my friend, earlier in the stream. Time and persistence, and you can achieve just about anything. Doesn't matter if it's particularly difficult or anything like that. As long as you just keep your head in the game. I'm on the phone with my friend right now, but okay, whatever works. Also, thank you. This is still... I still need to work on the background for this piece in particular, because I'm planning on having him sitting on a web hammock. And then just a quick message, maybe... Actually, not just a quick message saying thanks for 800 followers on the Blue website. Because that's a milestone that I hit recently, because a previous drawing that I did managed to explode quite a bit on another website. So this is just in response to that. In response and in thanks of that. Like the little guy near the corner of the video, that is from that's from a certain artist who does these, who makes these. These are called fruit gummies. Fruit's spelled like fruit, but without the R. Based off of a meme from a certain game. Yeah, these are fun. And I got several of these, actually. This is the only one that I got of my little guy. But I got a few others of other game characters and also other friends. I'm an artist, but I make puppets, so it's a bit different. Same perseverance type of thing. That's pretty cool. It reminds me of a certain channel makes more anime-esque puppets. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But still, that's pretty cool. Know something? I'm working on art right now. Everybody's an artist here. You can never have enough, especially in these trying times. That is cool, by the way. Oh, you're working on that as well. This is kind of sort of an Inception moment, but earlier today, even I was working on this exact same piece earlier today while I was watching another art stream, and now people are watching this art stream while working on art themselves, which is pretty funny. This is the first time someone has responded to me in a stream. That's cool. I will say though, it's well, it depends on how big of an audience a streamer has. For example, some of the bigger art streamers out there, like who I can name off the top of my head, like Uniju and Ron Illustrations. They're both fun, but they have quite a big audience whenever they draw anything. So it can be a bit tricky to go acknowledged by them. But for a smaller creator like I am, then it's pretty easy to keep track of everybody. That is a nice thing about starting out streaming. It's that it's easy to keep track of people. You don't have to worry about a chat that's going a million miles per hour or anything like that. Which I suppose if I am going to get serious about YouTube, then that's something I would have to face eventually. But I'll figure that out once I get there, hopefully. Anybody's going to notice this detail. But still, it makes a pretty significant difference. sure why I just don't copy paste the shading either. Oh, crit. Okay, no, we're good. If I were to give any life advice right now, clean out your hard drives and SSDs. Make sure they have plenty of storage in them, or else you might run into a situation where you can't save the project that you're working on, because there's just no space left. I was about to ask what song this is. I'm small brain. Everybody point and laugh at that man right now. He deserves it. Also, hi Kyle. Good to see you here. And thanks for stopping by. And thank you for the kind message earlier today as well. Earlier today as in like, I think like 80 minutes ago. 80 minutes and 55 seconds ago. Sometime before the stream started. Thank you again. I've been watching just now, can type, you're all good, my dude, always fully proud of you. Thank you once again. I'm glad to be getting serious about streaming more often as well. And I hope to be getting more serious about videos and stuff too. Videos and stuff, and maybe, possibly, perhaps, maybe once again, more dubs of stuff that I've drawn already. Because technically I've only really done one video of something I've drawn, and that wasn't really a dub or an animation or anything like that. That was just something very short. But next one that I do, I want to see if I can actually apply my voice to it, and hopefully it'll come out okay. Or not just a dub of something that I've drawn, but also of a certain meme, the Armored Core one. I'd like to do a voiceover of that. A voiceover similar to how Gianni does. Gianni with a really long last name that starts with M. This is not the right song. Okay, now it's the right song. Now for the extra fun part is Wednesday, my dudes. That's frequently what I say. I should add a soundboard to these streams. Might be a good idea. Or they might be a terrible idea, I have no idea. But if I did add a soundboard, then that should be what I add to these Wednesday art streams. Also, yes, it is Wednesday, my dudes. If you don't mind me yet, personally, I'm not really into that kind of thing, but this character and also me is male. Male spelled with an E, not the postal service. Except for the spider bits. The spider bits come from Spider Queen, but that's a lower discussion for another day. In other words, this dude is boy. Boy spelled with an I. I think that about... Oh yeah, right. I was about to get to the extra fun part, and that's it's blurring up the shading here. Before I do that, just in case, what I usually like to do is make a duplicate of the shading before I start blurring it up. And then just hide the other layer, just in case. Just in case I like the hard shading better. This style of shading usually apply this to the outfit and skin, but not so much the hair. Something I've picked up from the same artist that's inspired me ever since I started drawing. The same artist whose art style I've been inspired by, I should say. It's an absolute earworm, especially the entire game it's from. Maybe I should shrink this game sometime. Halloween. I was actually planning on playing it with my brothers. If my oldest brother is not too busy. Or I might just play with my middle brother that I'm still living with. Just the two of us on the big screen this game. He might like it, he might not, who knows. He might be appalled by it at first, and then grow ever so more curious about it, to a point where he can't get enough of it. Which has been pretty much my experience with this game as well. Right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're back. Trying to draw realistic blood is a pain. That seems oddly specific, but I don't blame you. Just pretend like you're drawing paint. Like splattered paint. Don't know how... I pulled that advice completely out of my rear end. I have no idea how good of an alternative that actually is. Well, that's just what I do. In fact, actually, hang on. You know what? If you need help drawing blood, I will get you at least 2 different times, 2 different references of when I did last. They weren't too long ago, I think. They were both sometime last year. Yeah, sure, this will work. Allow me to just derail the current piece for a second as I bring up this from last year. If you want, if you want a decent blood reference, then here you go. This is the best that I could do. With both just the regular brush and also a bit of the airbrush to create more of a mist effect, and also with the actual blood particle effect that comes with Studio Paint. But from what you've said, it looks like you're actually doing traditional art with markers and stuff like that, which is cool. You could also do dots and stuff around the bigger puddles or pools, or however big the wound is, kind of like how you did whenever you're younger and you need to make yourself look sick. You just grab a red marker and just dot yourself, or something like that. Once again, just pulling these things out of my rear end. But whatever works. I'm doing traditional art of a dragon puppet. That's pretty cool. Hey Onyx, what song is this? Everybody point and laugh once again. Because he deserves it once again. Unless you were pointing out the fact that the songs were mismatched because Music B, for whatever reason, is not refreshing unless I open it up again. And it's kind of annoying. That's a problem with OBS, not with Music B in particular. Hi, Doc. I finally finished the thing I was doing. It took me an entire hour, but I did it. If I may ask, what was the thing that you were... How dare you come into my family, disrespect me in front of my people. But for real though, this track is from a game that can only be considered as Minecraft 2. I was attempting to perfect a loop to a GIF. Of all the things you could spend an hour on, that's a pretty dedicated cause. And I just looked at what kind of GIF it is. Not sure what I expected. I've spent hours editing text from something that was already finished. I'll spend an hour doing anything that gives me a sense of accomplishment now. Well, it's just like what we talked about earlier. Just time and persistency, and you can get good at anything. Including whatever it is you were doing with, well, yeah. I've done similar things in the past, but for memes and stuff. Whenever I have a certain idea. The process of the meme making process is not too dissimilar from the art making process to the drawing process sometimes. Which I guess is a lot of, which I guess contributes a lot to where I get my drive, where from my drive to create in general, I guess you could say. That's where it comes from. A lot of it comes from. Cat fell asleep at the edge of my keyboard. Oh, cats are very good at that. Except for my cats, for some reason, who always blitz immediately out of the room whenever I enter it. They don't climb onto my desk or anything because they're not as adventurous as most cats, unfortunately. They do crawl onto your lap if you stand still for long enough, though. Or if they're hungry. Or if they're hungry for long enough. Let's see what's next. I think we are genuinely down to the wire here. All of the shading and details are done at this point. Now it's just... oh, wait, hold on. One more thing. Now it's just a matter of dealing with the background. I might just keep a bit simpler this time around. Never can trust a sheet, yeah. Needs to make this drawing look a little bit busier. Right, time for the fun part. crud. Might have flown a little bit too close to the sun. Okay, now we're good. We tried to move something, a lot of things, en masse, and Obsidian paint tends to freeze up sometimes. I have a forbidden ball knowledge question. Do you know of the... No, I can't say that yet. Why do I feel like you're trying to get me to say something out loud? Or it might just... Or that might just be a completely unrelated name. But no. I can't say that I'm familiar with Anna Annan. Of the... I should say. I know that Annan is short for anonymous. That's really about it. Okay. I see. I do follow quite a bit of those, but it's not one that I'm familiar with. Or 18 plus set, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Is it actually, speaking of that, is it bad to say that I've been seriously thinking about starting a Patreon account? A Patreon account that may or may not include, like, certain drawings laced with certain amounts of capsaicin, I guess you could say. Certain spicy drawings for those unfamiliar with capsaicin. I don't think it's bad. Well, of course I didn't mean like in that sense. I was just being a funny, just saying that for the funny. But still, I have been seriously thinking. It's up to you, there is a market for it, of course. There is. And if not for, you know, the spicy stuff, then definitely just as a little tip jar. Then again, I might just make a Ko-Fi account for that instead. A Patreon for exclusive artwork and a Ko-Fi for just as a tip jar. that would be a more sensible decision. It's not for the fun part. Drawing webs are always fun, but they do take quite a lot of time. Just like with drawing all the multitude of spider legs as well. Good question, but do you do commissions or draw just? I do actually have a commission sheet, and I know that you were asking about your a certain character from a certain game. I immediately forgot the name of it. Deep Woken. That was it. Yeah, you were asking about your Deep Woken character earlier. I do remember that. Of spiders, but I am really scared of spider webs. That's actually kind of fair. Because seeing a spider on its own, pretty cool, pretty neat, but seeing an uncharted web, especially putting your hand near it, you don't know what's going to turn up. You don't know if the spider is going to come back home anytime, and you don't know if it's going to freak out or anything. There is always some kind of lingering semblance of arachnophobia that I feel like is just innate with most people. And I am no exception, because there have been in the past where sometimes a spider suddenly appears where I don't expect it, and then maybe my blood turns just a little bit chilly. Also, Kyle, that is, to answer your question, a bit of both. I do have a commission sheet, but yes, I do also draw for fun. Probably dim this back. There we go, now I can see. There was a daddy long-legged spider in the sink today. Those spiders are cool, and I see plenty of them. They're all over the place, at least where I'm from. Plenty in the garden, plenty just anywhere. Plenty of daddy longlegs and also a few black widows. Those are less common, but we're also more wary of them. But daddy longlegs are everywhere. And the webs are too, both indoors and even outdoors. Both outdoors and even, I should say. Of wolf spiders here. I do hear that those are common as well, but I don't remember what they look like off the top of my head. Second, as I jog my memory. Oh, these guys, right. I actually don't think I've ever seen one of these kinds of spiders. A wolf spider. Or spiders like them. Yeah, but those are the ones with the gigantic mandibles. Very visible eyes. They're very reminiscent of... They're basically bigger jumping spiders. Which jumping spiders are the cute ones. Oh. There are supposedly lots of Black Widows that live, but I've never seen one. I guess you could... Actually, nah. Oh, you got the wolf spiders to keep you company, at the very least. Meanwhile, I'm the one who's got the Black Widows all over the place. Hello. Hello there, Chop Productions. Good to see you, and thanks for stopping by. We're getting close to the end here, though, I will say. Wonder if we live in the same area. Well, I haven't seen any wolf spiders, but I do see plenty of Black Widows. Still, no idea how true that is. If we are actually in the same area, but whatever. Let's see, what is left here? Left actually. I need to type something out. Write something out. Because typing out just won't fill this in. There it is. Maybe I should keep the other face, actually. use this instead. And I think that would about do it, unless I want to add a little bit of extra detail. This background, which I think I'll just add a subtle glow around the guy. Subtle glow and maybe, the subtle detail all the way in the back. Hey, that's pretty good. That's my iDubbbz impression. I don't know if that's pretty good. But thank you for saying that the drawing is pretty good, Neil. So good, thank you. I'll try to be at your next live stream. And you're the best, Twin. Thank you again. And thank you for showing up. And for keeping the chat alive. I don't mind a quieter art stream, but I also don't mind a complete yap fest. Not saying that was a complete yap fest or anything like that, but I don't mind yapping. I don't mind yapping all the time. Something I'm gonna have to get used to if I'm getting more serious about YouTube anyway. So, presence here is appreciated nonetheless. Same goes to everyone as well. Same goes to Gil, Kyle, Doc, and I don't think Kev showed up this time around. And anyone else who showed up as well. Also, as for my next live stream, I talked about this. Either tomorrow it's gonna be with Zero Company if I decide to stream that, or if it's gonna be for, or if it's just, or I might just play that on my own and then do Helldivers 1 again either on Saturday if I didn't stream, on Thursday or Friday, or on Monday if I did. So, I'm just gonna do some finishing stuff here. One of the very few songs that actually have lyrics in it.
The size of stirring leaves, the cloak of evening stillness shed, a phantom light that turns and weaves, descends upon the path ahead, and all.
Alright, and I think that'll about do it. For this piece, at least. Now to just figure out what I'm going to be streaming with the next large stream. But I'm sure I'll figure it out. I have a whole list of things in both of my personal notebooks here. In the old one and the new one. It's been nice listening in, man. Thank you. Thank you, Doc. Always good to have you and everybody else. And after, holy moly, after 2 hours, 2.25 hours of that. I mean, for a drawing, that's relatively quick. But for a stream, that's on the longer side, definitely. But we had plenty of time to chat and catch up and everything. Oi. See you next time. See you next time, Starless Dragon. So I'll be exporting this very shortly and then posting it everywhere and all that, and saying thank you to people on the website. And as for the stream, this would be a good time as ever to hold it here and now. So there we go, ending slide, everything. So until next time, I will see everybody later. And thanks again for stopping by. So see you next time. Have a good one.